Okay, Hunter, so let's look at it from this angle a little bit, right? So we can see there's your weak left hand. Not to say that that's incorrect, because they all do it a little bit different on the PGA Tour. Some have got weak left hands, some have got very strong ones. But like I said, the weaker left hand guys tends to be easier for them to bow it when they go back, right? The guys that have very strong left hand grips tend to have a little bit of cup in their left wrist at the top. But you know, talking about your sways, the head's moving out the box, the hips are moving out the box. So the first thing we did was, right, there's a stick on the ground there, right? Keep your head over the stick. There you go. Nailed that. Right? Nailed that. So you're keeping your head over the stick. But what I said, you see how you got a nice hip turn there, a nice shoulder turn?
Yeah.
Well, you've got hardly any hip turn there and hardly any shoulder turn there. So what I do when I come in now and I talk about it a little bit, right, and I'm pointing the stick at you, is I'm saying, well, if you allowed that right leg to straighten up a little bit, this way, and then allow that knee to flex a little bit, that right leg straightening up would allow your right hip to turn back behind you, so your hips would turn more, and then it'll free your torso up to turn more. Your torso's never going to turn if your hips aren't turning, right? So it's like, yes, you're doing a great job of keeping your head centered now over the stick, but you're forgetting about the turns.
Okay.
Right? But the main thing was arm structure, keeping those arms pinching against the side of your body, right? And as you're getting up there, you know, pushing your hands away from your chest. That's what I got you. There you go.
Okay.
Now that looks completely different. That looks like a scratch handicapper, right? Someone who can navigate the ball around the course. That looks like someone who's about to go and Happy Gilmore every shot,
Yeah.
right? Now, if you want to get your 6 handicap down to a scratch, these are the things we've got to start to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can navigate the ball around the course, hit flighted shots,
Yeah.
instead of trying to whack everything, right? And then inevitably we just lose our angles a little bit, right? The handle isn't forward enough at impact, right? The hands are too far back, shaft isn't leaning forward enough, right? So what I'm saying is, if the hands are only there, they've got less to travel, so the chances of getting your hands more forward instead of in the middle of your stance there with the shaft leaning straight up, if your hands have only got that far to travel with your good sort of dynamic move, then your chance of getting the shaft leaning forward and getting your hands more forward underneath your left shoulder are much greater.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, definitely.
So we're talking about a few things, but like, you're at a good enough level now to understand this and conceptualize it all,
Yeah.
and go out there and start to work on it and make it much better, right?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna